let's go. I've been there, I've done that. Hey, but what do I know? I wrote this and won that. Oh, but what do I know? I got degrees and went to school. But what do I know? Survived backstabbers and Judases. But what do I know? I've been out here, man, I've been doing this. Let's get to the dough. I've been showing it, I've been proving it. I'm ready to go. Discuss the what, whys, and the who did it. Let's get to the show. This podcast just might be the go. Oh, but what do I know?
Always, your girl, Jamie Nichole.
And we brought some new energy for season 2 with
Trey Smith. How's it going?
Yeah, that's what's up. So really quickly, for those who don't know, but What Do I Know podcast is a podcast where we like to bring in people who, they walk the walk, you know what I mean? So their subject matter expertise on whatever topic we decide to discuss. So either they went to school for it, it's just the life they live, but either way, they can come in here and give us some knowledge about whatever it is. So tonight we're going to get into toxic relationships, since that toxic is one of the key phrases for 2020. And we figured who best to bring in to talk about toxic relationships than someone who is notorious for her opinion on relationships, especially marriage. So we want to welcome our guest, Miss Nate Piper.
Hey, everybody.
Yes, so that's what's up. And I don't want to talk too much. I've been a little busy, you know what I'm saying? I got a children's book that came out. I'm going to plug it a little bit later. Buy it. I mean it. Real shit, that's all I'm saying. Buy it. Jamie Nichole, what you been up to, mama?
I've been, just chilling, trying to get my house in order. Last season, I just purchased the house, so now I'm trying to go on ahead and get that all taken care of. I hate renovations. But, I've got plugs on, great Black businesses, that have come through. I've actually got my house. I purchased the house through Black business. Realtor was Black. My renovators, everything's Black. Black on Black on Black. So definitely hit me up. What have you been up to, D?
Right now I'm currently working on a project called the Anti-Love EP, which is funny that we're having this show today, so it kind of fits. Right now I've just hit a real creative zone, so I've had plenty of time to just kind of relax, write, and really give the project a direction that I didn't have previously. So that's about it for me.
That's dope. I'm still running around doing stuff, fucked up shit like whiteface comedy and all that fun shit. I'm excited that we are now on Wednesday nights because I can bring my hump day shenanigans from the day to the evening. I can bring my 9 p.m. personality from that 11 a.m. showtime, so I can say what I want, I can do what I want, and we about to dive into this and be the real people. Because we live, ain't no editing.
Live,
all right,
baby,
so,
live.
like I said, we are here to talk about toxic relationships. Now, people have been saying this word toxic, toxic, toxic. Everything is toxic in 2020, you know what I'm saying? And so, first of all, I want to start here. Nate Piper, can you tell what's toxic to you? What's toxic?
So I personally think toxic is if the bad outweighs the good. So if your relationship, any type of relationship, friendship, romantic relationships, if it's ruled by negative things, that's a toxic relationship, period. If the good is outweighed by the bad, you're in a toxic relationship.
Man, I definitely agree with you on that one. And it's not just friends or relationship, romantic relationships, it's even family.
True.
Like, I'm going to be honest with you. In a whole toxic situation, I cut off a whole chunk of family back when I moved out here because of the toxicity.
Exactly.
Is that the word that I'm looking for?
Yes.
Toxicity.
Yes.
I have cut off a family member as well.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't with her, so she had to go.
I cut off my daughter's father, but I don't know if that counts. That was like immediately after the conception.
Yeah.
Cut off Jalen's.
No, I knew that shit was toxic out the gate. I knew it. As soon as he broke egg, I I can't do this shit here.
I cut off everybody, so if it don't feel right to me, if the energy is completely negative, I'm out of there.
Okay. All right. Toxic relationship. You ever been in one?
Yes, more than I ever wanted to be in. It comes a point in time in a relationship when you realize that, again, once that energy don't feel right and you feel like you've given your all and, you're not getting rewarded or satisfied as you feel, that's when it just doesn't feel right. Or if you have someone who's constantly gaslighting the situation or sea lining to make it seem like they want to have a specific conversation, but basically throw rocks and then hide their hands type of ordeal.
I definitely agree with that 100%. Or they just keep continuing the same patterns of inconsistency in regards to how they feel about you or just being around you or any of that. That's toxic. And then those who only want to be around you when it benefits them. Yeah,
Right.
that's a whole nother problem that I have. You know what I mean? So
have you been in a toxic relationship?
I've been married to two toxic individuals, and God knows the plethora of toxicity that I've been in. The word of the day is
that word.
toxicity.
I practiced it 6 times before I got here. Because the tongue ring, you're not gonna catch me slipping online. Facebook can't say toxicity. So
It's hard not to say
back.
toxic city.
Right, real possibly, but we live in one. And we're gonna get back to the whole marriage thing real fast too.
Real fast.
I want to come here. Have you been in?
I know. So people are actually going to be super shocked because I've never been in a toxic relationship.
I believe that.
I am the friend whose friends are in all the toxic relationships, and then they come to me for, oh, he's doing this. Oh, this happened. I'm that homegirl. So I've never personally been in a toxic, not a romantic relationship. I had a toxic relationship with the family member who had to go. But other than that, no. I've been married before. That was a sudden and abrupt split. It was not, I was in this whole toxic marriage or anything like that. It was an abrupt split. So I'm sure that shocks people because all of the things I have to say.
Right, they were waiting. They were bated breath. Like, let me see why she's so damn bad. She is so. For those who don't know, Nay Piper is here because they're like, well, what makes her an expert on the toxic relationship show? So, like she said, she is someone who is surrounded by it. And for those who don't walk it, you teach for the most part. So that's a lot of people like the teachers who have no children who perfected actually caring for them because they stood back and said, y'all make the mistakes and I'll just have to. So that's her. She helps us make our mistakes and she sees plenty because we are around her making plenty.
You know what else I like about Nay though? She's one to call it out as it's going through.
Immediately.
Nobody listens though.
Nobody listens.
Nobody listens.
That's a lie.
And then they come to me after the fact and they're like, you were right.
Yeah.
You
I
were
told her
right.
what, Saturday? When is the last time I told you you were right? 3 days?
Saturday.
Saturday. Then something came back and I was like, and you were right. It's that easy.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is.
Jamie's told me that plenty of times.
I was waiting for that one. Yes, no. She's called it out every time. Beep, 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 beep. Every time.
Okay, so you said that you've never been in a toxic relationship. Yours was sudden. So, and you've never been married, right?
I have not been married yet.
And your relationship that you were in, it changed but it became toxic towards the end.
Very much so. That relationship was 3.5 years, and I think we got to a point where I wanted more. I wanted more as far as building a family, having a home, taking care of home, and that foundation wasn't met with the same. I know the moment that I told my significant other at that time, I can't keep a boat afloat if my co-captain keeps kicking holes in it. And she did not understand that in the least bit. And I knew from that moment on that it probably wasn't going to work. So
I'm going to be honest with you. That's about as clear as it can.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you can't float a boat if you keep letting water into it. It's going
Into the boat.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's
So y'all think people change, or is that you just don't notice they're toxic as shit from the beginning, and then you just blind and loving and then as a relationship goes on, the blinders come off, and then you're like, boom, this motherfucker has problems, or it's just like,
I think it's a combination, honestly. I think it's a combination of the two. At first, y'all are all lovey-dovey, and so, you probably notice stuff, but you kind of let it slide. Maybe it'll get better, stuff like that. And then later on, you're like, oh, well, I think communication is also a huge part of that. People don't, you let stuff slide, you let stuff build, and people don't talk about it. They think it's uncomfortable, and they're uncomfortable talking to each other about anything, issues that are coming up, insecurities they got. stuff that they feel like their partner is not bringing to the table, it's just they're not going to talk about it because it's uncomfortable.
And at the same time, we fall so deep in love, we want to see the best in that person. We want to constantly envision that positivity in that person, that we don't look at where they might be flawed. We're so busy in love and stargazing at that individual, we don't look at who they might really be. We look at the surface of it, but we don't look at the inside, and there might be some ugly truths on that inside.
I think what it comes down to really is the fact that at the end of the day, we're not looking at the red flags that are there. We bypass them as pink flags, as I always say. You know, we don't accept the individual for who they are when they first show us. You know, he's gonna change, or she's gonna do better, or, you know, all of that. And it's when those red flags present themselves, that's something that I've come to as a woman of a certain age. I love being able to say that. When it comes down to it, at the end of the day, we're not identifying the red flags that just pop up, that present themselves. If he's bad with money, he's always going to be bad with money. If he ain't taking care of his kids, why do you think he's probably never going to? I mean, there's been so many toxic, you know, situations that have been in the media so far, you know what I mean?
Oh yes. Now we get to dive into it, because, you know, the best part about this show is that we get to make fun of serious shit. Now, toxic relationships is nothing to be laughed at, you know what I mean? Like, it causes mental health problems, it causes financial problems, it definitely results in things like divorce, you know what I mean? Sadness, it's serious shit. However, I'm a comedian, so serious shit is funny to me. So we're gonna dive into this bullshit and the toxic relationships. And the first thing we wanna talk about is toxic marriages and just relationships in general. And so if your shit starts off like this, more than likely, it's gonna be toxic. And this is fun, because I get to communicate. Hey, blackies in the back, y'all listening? This is for the black folks in the back. Could y'all please cue the marriage thing for everyone, please?
Do you earnestly promise before God and these witnesses that you will love her, love him, comfort him, honor and obey him?
Really, Anthony? You gonna act like you don't know me? What, you didn't take your psych meds today?
And
After you got it on my eye? And I got your baby here?
All the duty.
Anthony, I know you hear me. You better get out of my mama's worried. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you?
Go ahead, that talk, video's over.
Video's over. All right, so all right, so make sure y'all comment. Like, we're here to make sure, you know, to talk to y'all, talk with us. We're here to discuss what the fuck we just saw. So I don't know who I'm more mad at. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if I'm more mad at the woman with the baby that showed up, or the daughter that stood up for the wedding
And took off.
and took off after the woman.
After the girl.
Or am I more mad at the mom because she didn't stop her daughter from acting a fool on somebody else that just didn't have nothing to do with her? Or is it security for letting them in?
Anthony needs his whole ass
I don't
beat.
know. He
Anthony,
needs his
you
ass
need your whole ass
You ain't
whooped.
shit.
So
You
here's
ain't
the
shit.
thing. You knew you had a baby out there. Your ass is not shocked that there's some woman running around with your child.
With a whole baby.
A whole baby.
And had the nerve to publicize your wedding, your nuptial plans. Now, as a man, toxic relationship. Okay, I don't know whose shit is more toxic. The lady that's getting married, or the lady with the baby out there screaming to Anthony, watching somebody.
Why
else?
are we even putting it on the lady? It's the dude. That's the common factor between it all. That's the toxicity
Right.
It's
right
100% Anthony.
Yeah.
I will give Anthony credit for staying focused and looking straight ahead on your inspiration. I salute you, Anthony, because you are bold. Everything was going down, and Anthony was like, not me.
That's called
me.
standing your
Not
ground.
me.
He
Right.
stood his ground.
Not me.
Anthony, I know you hear me. Ooh, they're crazy. Whole wedding here.
Anthony!
He was.
Man.
I know
He didn't turn around one time.
Man. Now, what do y'all think happened when the
Hold
daughter
on,
got
when I
to her?
saw, let me first be honest with you. When I first saw it, I was confused. on what was going on because he wasn't turning around.
No,
So I was
he ain't pay her no mind. He's like,
Right.
who is that bitch?
I'm waiting for somebody in the audience or something. One of the people there the attendees to stand up and be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bitch, stop calling
Not
me.
as groomsmen or nothing. Nobody was like, hey, big dog, turn around. Come on, dog.
Everybody. Stone face and serious.
He probably prepped them beforehand, like, hey, look, this crazy bitch might show up at the wedding. If this bitch show up and start yelling my name, don't nobody look, don't nobody say nothing.
Prep them to fucking stop the bitch. So here's the thing. Groomsmen need your ass beat. Ain't no way you didn't know he had a side bitch. These are his three
Best friends.
people on this earth. There is no way on God's green earth these men did not know that he had a whole woman on the side, especially with a baby.
With a baby.
And they not damn person told the usher, showed a picture, not nothing, and said, make sure that Boom Quisha don't bring her ass in here with this baby.
You know what that reminds me of? Another viral video that's going on, and it's the lady who got blown up
What?
in the truck.
Oh, we're gonna talk about that later. We're gonna get back to that one. I don't want to dive into that just yet, but we're gonna talk about it because we need a little bit more time for that. But we're gonna definitely get into that. Okay, so not only do your friends know you got a crazy bitch on the side, what possesses
Or a crazy dude.
This is
Or
true.
crazy dude.
Crazy dude. Thank you.
Crazy dude.
So okay, y'all, but 1 second. Let me get put this up for y'all real fast because you just saw that. It makes perfect sense. Could y'all please show my example of the crazy dude? I don't even know what else to call it. People appreciate it. So while scrolling on Facebook, we come across a post, and there's a young man standing there, and he's got a gun like this. You know what I'm saying? He's got his big dog sign. He's talking, and you're thinking he's about to say something to, like, you know, his enemies or something along those lines. But yeah, it's for those that don't know, it's bitch, I fucking hate you. On Bloods, I'm a burn down your house. It said a couple other things. I mean, I don't know how long they're gonna show the clip, but they will show it for y'all. But y'all, what do y'all think about the fact that crazy people that are in toxic relationships still they have public social media accounts?
And they put it on.
They put it on there.
I think that's that the new generation that's up there.
I mean, first of all, if you was mad enough to burn a bitch house down, you might not want to put it out there for the world to see, because that might be a tad bit incriminating. They might know exactly who burnt the house down.
And on top of that, you're dry snitching on your goddamn self.
Told on your damn
self. On Bloods, I'm gonna burn your house down. So
now they're building the gang unit case on your ass.
Exactly. Like, what are you doing? Like, don't be so mad at the person in your life that you will dry snitch on your damn self. That's not right, people. That's not God.
All I know is that I was raised that if you gonna do dirt, you do dirt
in silence.
In silence, you move in silence. You don't tell people the type of dirt that you do. And those that do know will take it to the grave.
Oh, you love it.
Right.
Period.
Oh,
and also, if you was gonna burn the bitch house down, you just gave her a warning to vacate. She ain't gonna be in there when you do.
Or have a gun.
This is true. I'm strapped up.
I got a couple pointers for the young men. Number one, just get off social media. Don't tell on yourself. From me to you, big dog, don't tell on yourself. And realize that there's too many fish in the sea for you to burn one's house down. Like, it's okay, man. That's all I got for you. Just come on.
Now,
in my rapping days, and as a person who was raised by a pimp, I was always told, don't ever put your heart between two thighs. That's for everybody. That's the way. Just FYI, just however you take it. Just don't have your ass dry snitching on yourself because somebody's sleeping with somebody else or whatever the case is. Now, once people get caught, okay, sleeping with somebody else just because I got my own self thinking. What do y'all think about the joint? Is that toxic to have the joint accounts? The people with the if you gotta have a joint profile, is that a toxic relationship, or is that a relationship that's that's full of life and full of vigor.
Who cheated on who?
You say what now?
That's the first thing that comes to mind.
Every
That's the
time,
first thing that
like,
comes to mind.
They
Who
got a joint
cheated on
profile,
who?
somebody's cheating.
Somebody got caught. It's
Somebody
not even
got caught.
somebody got caught.
No?
Yeah.
I don't know, because these niggas be, y'all niggas be, what's funny is niggas know, they don't even, they didn't have to get caught. Somebody cheated, period, because all of a sudden there's this flow of emotion that you've never seen from men. And it's funny as shit because all of a sudden that they're a profile picture and they want this, they just out of nowhere. It ain't her birthday, it ain't no anniversary, I just want y'all to know I love my lady so goddamn much. Like, man, what the fuck did you do? What the fuck did y'all, what happened? What happened?
But then 7 months later.
But yeah, okay, so we're gonna say joint profile is some toxic shit. It's definitely toxicity going on. And yes,
I mean, I know some couples that have some joint accounts. They don't seem toxic, but I mean, I don't know what the hell goes on in their household. The question to me is, why can't you have separate accounts? Like, what?
I got too many hoes.
What's going on?
The hoes is in the inbox.
What's going on?
Right.
What's going on? I mean, is it you don't trust that motherfucker? Or y'all got enough trust to where you know ain't nothing gonna happen? I don't know. But I wouldn't have no doubt in joint account.
I have an anonymous.
If I get a joint account with him, it cuts down on my nudes. I'm just saying right now, as
I just know the one guy,
I get more booty in my account without having his name on it.
Good God. You know what? You and your booty.
Booty! I don't know if y'all saw my picture yesterday. I posted my bare ass on
Over
Facebook.
you and your booty right now.
It was in all its voluptuosity.
I'm trying to get to a point here. I do know somebody who's actually even not allowed to have a Facebook account. And he can only use Facebook through his wife's account.
Shit.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, I know somebody that I don't even fuck with, and the only account that his wife will let him have is a business page on Instagram.
Shit.
And so he follows me on Instagram from that page because we're not Facebook friends because I don't even like him in real life.
We're going
But he
there.
follows me on Instagram. So
figure it
thanks,
out.
boo.
I will give women credit because, you know, when the woman gets caught cheating and the guy, I've seen it a couple times where the guy is like, well, I think we should have a joint account on Facebook, and the women are just like, nope, it's over. Damn that. I'm not having it. The men, they agree to it every time, and then they get the weird lovey-dovey picture as the main profile, and I think she's number one, y'all.
That's just it.
So
That's why you can always spot some bullshit when the joint pictures happen.
I give y'all props because y'all be like, nope.
I love you.
Let's just break up.
But you can't be my profile. I'll post your picture once a year. And if you are on my profile picture, it's because I fucked up royally.
We're only going to be there for 3 months.
When I got married, everybody knows when I got married, that was my profile picture. It was my cover photo. That's it. Like, you know, we good, you know what I'm saying? Like, when somebody's in trouble, I was his profile picture for a little while. He was in trouble. That's how that shit went. It changed. He's out of the doghouse. I'm off that motherfucker. That's how that works, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's how it goes down. When you see him on my profile, you know I fucked up. And that's not toxic, it's understanding.
You know, it's funny that you even bring up how marital issues come into play because recently in the news we've had the entanglement situation.
You said, oh, yeah. Before we get into that one, just because they got these in a certain way back there.
The black folks.
Yes, but we are going to get into that.
It's on CPT time.
Yes, both of you. I want to talk to y'all about. I didn't hear what you said. Heard you, but I didn't hear you. Y'all gonna have to deal with this shit because this is new to us. Oh, okay. We're trying something
Our
new.
fear is the test.
Right, okay, so what? Y'all gonna see me communicate with the black niggas in the back, and that's who they gonna be because they specifically asked for that name. So I'm not being racist. They asked to be called the black ass niggas in the back. So
I support it.
Yeah, I support it. I do too. They said we need to take a break. Well, it's a good thing because this next segment we're getting into is about to be hilarious because we get to dive into all the fun shit and the fun arrangements that can be had if your marriage just might be a little bit toxic. So, well, come on back after this break, y'all. But what?
Let's go. I've been there, I've done that. Hey, but what do I know? I wrote this and won that. Oh, but what do I know? I got degrees and went to schooling. But what do I know? Survived backstabbers and Judases. But what do I know? I've been out here, man. I've been doing this. Let's get to the dough. I've been showing it. I've been proving it. I'm ready. Let's go. I've been there, I've done that. Hey, but what do I know? I wrote this and won that. Oh, but what do I know? I got degrees and went to schooling. But what do I know? Survived backstabbers and Judases. But what do I know? I've been out here, man. I've been doing this. Let's get to the dough. I've been showing it. I've been proving it. I'm ready to go. Discuss the what, whys, and the who did it. Let's get to the show. This podcast just might be the go.
Right, and we are back. So this next segment we're going to get into, well, first of all, let's start with a video that just, the best way to explain it is, you know when you're done with the relationship, and when you're ready to go, you're ready to go.
Take him to Angie.
Hold on. Hold on. Leave me alone. I'll kill you, whore.
Right in the mouth, I will
choke your
kill you in the
goddamn
mouth.
tongue.
You keep on.
Bitch, I'll kill you.
You fucking idiot.
I'll about kill you in about 2 seconds,
I'm
bitch.
gonna knock you.
Tell
I'm
me.
gonna knock you out, Alan. I swear to God. You
It
better be
won't
glad
be
I
hard
ain't got
to
a
do
fucking
right
gun,
now.
because I would shoot you right between the motherfucking
Goddamn,
eyes.
get to shooting then, bitch. Get your goddamn gun out, bitch, because I'm ready to die. You ready to
No.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and discuss the Brooks, and what that is couples who will not leave each other no matter how much they appear to hate each other.
So that, okay, I want to go back. We're not going to act like that shit didn't just happen. So
I tried to,
this is
I tried.
wrong, guys, on several levels. Okay, so I know sometimes you get in a life and you're like, you know what I mean? I'm married to you, you know what I'm saying? I got your kids.
For better, for
for
worse.
worse, baby, you know what I'm saying? No matter what, I'm ride or die. And I don't know if that's love or hatred, what we just saw. I don't know if you just hate somebody that much.
Because I'm stuck with you.
I'm gonna go
I ain't never
get a
stuck,
gun so
ever.
I can shoot you. She said, I would shoot you if I could. This nigga said, shoot me.
Well, she killed me then.
I'm ready to die.
I would rather you kill me
How fucked
than I
up?
spend another day with you. I bet. Well, you know what? I'm not even gonna lie. I've been there, but I ended up walking away. I spent 14 years, and when I got to that point, I was like, like you usually do, and walk my happy little. Actually, I skipped my ass about that house.
Yeah.
See, I leave early I'll leave way before I get to some shit like that. And that's the advice I be giving all my friends that are in toxic relationships. And that's why everybody like, Nate's crazy. I be like, leave.
But the sad thing is, I don't think people acknowledge or admit to be a toxic relationship until or unless they're not in it. So I mean, once they've left it, they can look back on it and be like,
True.
yeah, that was pretty fucked up. But as long as they're the ones who are in it and dealing with it, they're not gonna see it. They're not gonna see it at all. Like I would assume my shit's probably toxic as the fuck from the outsider looking in. To the people who know me and who know the conversations we've had, and they're like, God damn, how do you, man, fuck marriage? You know what I'm saying? And so that's real talk.
Drugs.
Like that's, you say what?
Drugs.
Then but there's, it's a struggle. Like marriage is not easy. You know what I'm saying? Not at all. But that's what you try to figure out. Is it toxic or is you struggling? You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta try to find that line. If you are saying shoot me now,
I have an
I want
answer.
to die today.
If you're broke, it's a struggle. And if you have money and you can live a little bit comfortable, then it's toxic. So there's levels to it. You know what I'm saying? And I believe that when you hit that struggle level, that's when you like, I can't. I would rather struggle. I would rather you shoot me and kill me today.
So it's financial.
I think
They didn't have shit in that clip.
And
You
no,
can't tell me
where
that.
they
Not a damn motherfucking thing.
Whatever they had, he was fixing. So
I ain't even sure they got chief. I don't know.
Like, so I don't know if it's financial, because like I'm saying, like you saw what we grew up watching the Brookses, but we still together.
Yes.
And the main thing with them was showing was a black couple that
Hated the shit out of each other.
tried to kill each other every chance they got, but they were still together. And so that's what I don't know. And it's like, is it love? Is it toxic? That shit, and it was funny. Like I said, the toxic shit is funny. We laughed at it.
If
They
you
tried
are
to
miserable,
stab
what
each
is
other.
the point?
He kicked her in her ass and her head went in the oven on one of them episodes. You remember that shit? It was a piping hot oven and he kicked her in it. And we laughed so goddamn.
Yeah, no, my parents didn't allow me to see such.
You weren't allowed. Oh, that's right.
No, in living color.
That's right. She was,
No,
she
I
was
did do In Living Color, but was that in A Living Color?
Yes.
Man, they must have blocked that. I don't remember that one.
Oh,
Look,
yeah, we still
yeah.
together.
Life is too short to
notorious.
be miserable. If being with somebody is making you miserable, you need to break up, man. Life is too short and time is nothing to waste.
Well,
Be happy, no matter what that means, but I ain't finna sit here and be miserable with your ass. I just ain't. I'm not gonna do it.
I hear you. I agree on that. But what if you just come up with alternatives to being not happy? Like right recently, while we were on our small break, we had a very, very huge possible arrangement, possible not, possible agreement that came to light. And it was another hot word for the last couple of months or whatever. But this couple possibly decided that they would just have an arrangement where they would open it on up. So they weren't happy. Maybe possibly somebody stepped out. Possibly they decided, well, okay, we'll both just step out, and we just they know that your happiness does not lie in your partner. Find it within yourself or whatever. So he allowed her to find her happiness, and so we about to talk about entanglements. So, but this is one of my favorite clips about the entanglements that have come up. So we'll be right back. Check this out.
You and I decided we were going to take our space, and what happened?
Yeah, and then I got into an entanglement with August, an entanglement with August, an entanglement with August, an entanglement, an entanglement, an entanglement with August, an entanglement with August, an entanglement with August, an entanglement, an entanglement, an entanglement with August, an entanglement with August, an entanglement with August,
An entanglement, an entanglement.
an entanglement with August. I got into an entanglement with August.
An entanglement.
With August, with August, with August, an entanglement with August, an entanglement with August,
An entanglement.
with August, with August,
August.
entanglement with August, an entanglement with August, an entanglement, an entanglement, an entanglement with August, an entanglement with August, an entanglement with August, an entanglement, an entanglement, an entanglement with August.
So, Guess what month it is? I'm just gonna start it with that. So,
I'm sorry.
it looks like we learned a new word in, July. That word was called entanglement.
It was.
JBTI to it.
That dude in the little red jumpsuit. Oh, God.
I'm trying to tell you. It was just crazy that how this whole story even went down, because I'm not going to lie, I suspected that Will and Jada, with all the rumors that have been floating around Hollywood and what's been going around, that they had something going on. So, it looks like Jada then got caught with August Alsina, and
yeah,
is that toxic?
Yeah, let's go to you as a man, because as a woman, I'll tell you, I'll let him go as a man. What do you think?
Ain't no young Thundercat finna be knocking down my wife. I don't care what the situation. I looking at Will's face during all of that just didn't feel like no open relationship.
It's what man it never does. Though.
Never.
I mean,
Ever.
I don't think that's the problem with the toxicity thing. I think is some people mistake toxicity for just the male traits, or like for things that just a man or just a person are supposed to do, or a certain astrological sign is supposed to do. And it's like, yeah, no, you made this bed, you lie in it. It's something that happened to make it, like they said, what I've heard, I don't even follow pop culture really like that, but I know that they had an arrangement because they both was, my happiness is in me. They both had a long time that I ain't worried about that.
They talked about that for a long time. It is not my job as your partner to make you happy. You find your happiness within yourself.
So
and that was
they said that for a long time.
That was like the foundation, and this is what I think really would happen. That was the foundation of their whole relationship. Is you go find your happiness, I'll go find my happiness, but don't let your happiness come to the forefront, and I won't let my happiness come to the forefront. And what happened was that, and this is why, ladies, you don't mess with no young dudes, because then they get in their feelings. If you put that kitty on them and you drop it like it's hot, all of a sudden they're going to pop out of nowhere and start telling people about your business. This is exactly why I'm not a cougar.
Old dudes Old dudes will do that too and get in their feelings because some young girl done put it on them and left them.
They'll just go shoot.
Broken alone.
I respect those. They'll just go shoot up the place. They'll just go shoot up the place. I don't really know too many old dudes that go running their mouth. They just go pull out a gun and just start pop, 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 and then we over it. But the young ones want to write a song about it. Like, here it go.
Not the old ones want to get mad and put your shit on B-Dip and on Facebook. And those are the people that's our age doing this shenanigan bullshit.
Sure
they count as the old niggas. We are the old heads now. Get over it. We're rolling up to that. Yeah, it's people our age like, oh, this bitch cheated. Let me show the whole world her pussy. And so that's why I be like, and now her DMs is blowing up. So I mean, that was dumb.
That backfires every time. Every time, y'all.
Every time.
I hope y'all are seeing this.
Don't leak my nudes. Like I said, I put my whole ass already on Facebook yesterday.
She leaked her own news. She's leaked her own news.
My shit's bad. Like, it ain't gonna do nothing but be an advertisement. Put it out there if you want to.
Make sure you like, share, and subscribe.
Put it out there if you want to. That's what I can say, ladies. If you don't want your man or your ex, whatever, putting your nudes out there, go to the gym. Stay fire as hell. They'll be mad. I mean, they can put them out there, but hey, free promo for you is always dope. So I mean,
he done started your fans only page.
Man, say put it out there. If
I just from a male perspective, I can tell y'all it never works. It backfires every time. I've never done it myself because why would you?
You've never done. One second. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna talk to the people in the back. I'm gonna fix this. They're talking like chewing, eating in my ear and shit. Could you guys please put that photo up that we wanted to the people to see? We kind of want you guys to the August Instagram photo.
Oh, Jesus.
Y'all please put up the August Instagram.
Lord.
So,
Lord.
All right, appreciate it. So, this is why. Wait a minute, sorry. Just this. I mean, so if you are going to make an arrangement with your woman that she can go out into the world and find what makes her happy. That's gonna make
that
makes her happy.
Remember,
man,
you said it.
Man, stuff like this is in the world. You quiet? Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, man. It's a reality. This is a fact. This is real. And yeah, that's what okay, that's you? Okay, could you show what most men look like right now if they woman go out and find something like that for the people, if you wouldn't mind?
Oh Lord.
It's crazy.
I think they did it. No,
Yeah,
I
but
can't
it
tell.
got done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drop the earpiece.
Can we
I
go
don't know
back
what
to
he
the
said.
original?
I don't know what he said. Okay, so they would like to go back to the because we're gonna talk about. Y'all want to keep it up? All right.
Yes,
so,
I think that that's
there it
what
is.
Of course they want to keep it.
we would like to please place the August picture back on there. We'd like to have it up for the duration of this discussion.
And you know what I'd like to point out? Things that are like that for the ladies. But when it looks like that, I mean, he will bing, bing, bing. I mean.
Well, that's the sad thing. See, because men like this, they come in your inbox and they look like it's a good fun ride for a little while, and then you have that ride, and then now they're whipped.
Yes.
And then they wind up on social media telling the whole world about all your escapades after you no longer want nothing to deal with them. See, that's the problem. They're always happy when you with them. It's the after the fact that you got to deal with the bitterness of the people like that. And most men that I know act like that. They have huge penises and they're cancers.
Emotional ass cancer.
Sagittarius.
Yeah, I don't attract.
No, cancer's the worst. Cancer's the worst.
Cancer's the worst.
Yeah, cancer. Well, the only thing is,
actually, they're all the worst.
I would agree.
You just gonna sit there quiet? Y'all better do it. Like y'all, you don't be quiet with this. Is this toxic now? We're creating a toxic environment for him right now. Like, we're not gonna do this. He's like, I'm upset because I'm still sitting here with this shit sitting here.
I got nothing to say. I got nothing to say.
He has nothing to say about the dick.
He doesn't want to talk as long as there's a young man's junk on the screen. And I get it. I totally get it. So
it's a dick on the phone.
Nothing about it. All I'm saying was she cheated, and maybe she cheated.
I don't think she cheated.
Maybe, like I said, there's certain things
They
that
said they was fucking done with each other.
And
they never
open.
thought they was even gonna talk again.
Is there such thing? Have you ever
A separation?
If you're done with a woman, what's the time frame before she can sleep with somebody else? And you like if you say we're done. Is she wrong if she goes out that afternoon and sleeps with somebody else, or you think there's a certain amount of time?
Yeah, in this situation when one of us files for divorce, if you angry and we separate, you better go your ass in the other house or something and knit a sweater. Don't go out here finding you some young Thundercat trying to knock the bottoms out. And then what if I had a fit that whole time and now I got to readjust?
And it starred a guy named Lionel. It was awesome.
Oh yeah, I love that show.
So explain what the Thundercats are. Like, okay,
what if I got to, my thing been fitting for years, and then I got to come back behind this dude and readjust.
Fit. Okay, so there it is. You cannot sleep with someone if they're okay. Allow for periods of readjustment. There you go. There you go. If you're gonna sleep with someone else,
or
then allow
file
for
for divorce.
Yeah, because we're talking about 4 years.
Well.
Stretching that out.
For better or for worse. For better or for worse.
We don't know how long
the red table would have got flipped over.
Right.
We don't know
what Will did. It's actually rumored that he had a couple of it's rumored that he had a couple of side pieces going on in there, and so for all we know, this was just her one. I think it's a double standard, honestly.
For
like
sure.
That's always out there. Like, because if it came out that he was cheating, it'd be like, oh, Will had a couple people, but oh, it's Will Smith. You know what I mean? Oh, this dude, this is that.
But
third.
that
like,
is what happened.
He probably feels bad because he's never gonna be Tupac in her eyes, and so he's probably got some self-esteem issues that he's dealing with.
How many stories come out about men cheating and we're just like, oh, it's another dude cheating, and then Jada came with this story and the men done ran with that shit.
But it wasn't even Jada who came with the story. It was the dude who spilled the business on Jada.
Right. But I'm just saying men are like on her. Like,
credit for that.
Look at what she did and blah, blah, blah. And their stories dropping about dudes cheating on a constant basis.
Constantly. They're just upset that Will cried. That's because they all got in their feelings when he saw him, make that face and when that tear was just sitting there the whole time listening to her explain what, entanglement.
Right.
As soon as she said, my little entanglement.
It also comes with men can dish it, but they can't take it.
It was so nonchalant. So, so that's my thing. And my whole, I can attest to their situation because the way that I am, I'm set up like this. You cheat on me, I get it. You want something new? Ain't nobody worried about that. We all cheating. You establish what we do in this house. Either we gonna be faithful or we gonna be some hoes. But either way, we in this together, Jack. We about to do this shit. So that's how shit works in my house. So if one of us is in the lanes, we know. Understand that. Don't come reporting shit. Don't be in my inbox trying to tell. I know. He knows. Mind your business. But in other words, if you see somebody on this show and they start talking about entanglements and some bullshit, then y'all gonna see his picture on my Facebook.
God damn. My eye twitched for Will when she said entanglement.
Would you allow open marriage?
It's not for me. It's not for me because I once I got that one person, I'm chilling. I don't think I have the willpower or the strength to learn how to please multiple women mentally.
Okay.
Physically, it sounds fun, but mentally, I don't think I could do it, and I don't think I could handle. I can openly say I can't handle the thought of my woman with someone else. So
male or female?
Shit. Male.
But the female is okay.
Yeah, I might support that.
God damn it! See that? We're gonna talk about this
also a double standard.
I can't wait, and that's why next week. Tune back in next week because this man's gonna join the panel. We're going to join the hot seat while Jamie and I play moderator to a full male panel and get to the bottom of the male psyche. And so that'll be cool next week. And so they all toxic as shit. So we gonna see next week. But yeah, I don't know. Like, Open, what would you think? Do you think their relationship is toxic because of the outsiders looking in? Like I said, when you're in it, you may not see it. Or you think it's just some people who are married and they figured out what works for them and people need to mind
their business.
Business.
It's always going to be people need to mind their own business. I mean, people going to do what people going to do regardless of what outsiders have to say. People are always going to do what makes them feel good. People are always going to do what they want to do, period, pointblank.com. You know, my second marriage was kind of, I guess you can kind of consider that an open marriage. You know what I'm saying? We were swingers. You know, we had we had some fun. Like I still think about his 45th birthday over there at the Mon Chalet. That was some good times back then.
I love that.
But you know, at the end of the day, are we still good friends? Of course. And you guys know I always talk about him, but you know, when it comes down to what Will and Jada, I mean, they're gonna do what's best for them, and I can see why they would stay in their, you know, union in their contract, if you will. You always say it, Nay. It really is a contract when it comes really down to it. It's a business plan. And it's cheap. Well, sometimes it is, sometimes it ain't. I mean, it just depends on the situation, i.e. the topic we're going to talk about next week. Oh, yes. In regard, so it's not always cheaper to keep her, and especially when you got stupid lawyers. But we're going to talk about that next week.
Okay.
Anywho, back to what I was saying. Yes, I've been in an open situation, and I can understand why Will and Jada may have the situation that they have today. What I don't like is this is why you don't play with them little kids and you leave the little children alone, because then they're going to be like August Alsina and they're going to be like a little songbird and tell all your business.
Well, there it is. We're before we go into this break, just make sure you guys go into it with this thought in mind. Should you seek entanglement? I don't know. What's the 10 years? 10 years? About 10 years. Cut it off at about the 10-year span. Otherwise, more than likely, your entanglement will be everyone's business. And everyone will know that you are working with a monster and your husband is sad. I don't fucking know what to say. Bless his heart. Bless his heart.
Bless his heart.
We'll be right back, y'all, for What Do I Know?
Let's go. I've been there, I've done that. Hey, but what do I know? I wrote this and won that. Oh, but what do I know? I got degrees and went to schooling. But what do I know? Survived backstabbers and Judases. But what do I know? I've been out here, man. I've been doing this. Let's get to the dough. I've been showing it out.
Welcome back to But What Do I Know podcast, where we are discussing toxic relationship and the silly ass people that put up with them. Now, no, I'm just kidding. No, but welcome back.
Seriously.
We are, but yeah, kind of LBBS though. Seriously, but we want to dive into this last segment that we get to talk to y'all, and we were talking about things that are happening in social media and public couples that have toxic stuff that we're all in their business because it's COVID and fuck it, we're nosy. All right, so it's probably toxic if somebody gets shot. You know what I mean?
Or stabbed.
Or stabbed. If any kind of violence happens in your relationship at some point, I think it's possibly toxic. You know what I mean? We can dive into that, but it'll get too serious as far as any kind of like toxic relationships. Have you ever been a woman?
No.
Would you tell?
What? Yeah. Well, the closest thing I've ever had domestically is having the person I would swing on me and having to grab them on some kung fu shit, basically, and be like, "Hey, no, don't." Okay. And they just kind of looked at me like, "Okay, I won't do that anymore." So I would never put my hands on a woman ever.
Any of their homeboys ever low key reported to you that their girl beats on them?
I've gotten into fights, like full on, you got me in the middle of this, you're going to get off this woman. You know, walk it off, come to the house if you need to, but there's never a point in time I feel like a man should hit a woman unless you're getting Layla Ali out here and, you know, then you got to do what you got to do. But outside of that, don't just hit no woman blindly. And
so you're saying take it unless he's getting truly beat up. I don't want to paraphrase. I just want to make sure. because because toxic stuff. I want to come down to some of these women are toxic. You know what I mean? And some of these men don't get it. Yeah. It's a couple of my friends who growing up, they beat they boyfriends, man. They used to put hands on their boyfriends. I'm looking like, oh my God, like why don't you keep your hands to yourself? Like, and it was always constantly something where he was the one always ducking it. He was always the one like, oh my gosh, she don't keep her hands to herself, but. Men, you don't report it. They can't call the police. They can't tell their homeboys, my girl be kicking my ass, man. Like, what do you...
Man, you be surprised. The man that it is getting his ass beat. Like...
Yeah.
Really?
No.
Yeah.
I don't condone that shit at all. I have a son, and let me tell you, my son is allowed to defend himself at all times. And as a woman, don't come at a man like you are a man. In my personal opinion. So everybody just keep your hands to yourself. Because if some girl is swinging on my son, I see all these videos of these little teenagers just swinging on boys. And they're just like, my son has the right to protect himself at all times. So if you going to be punching my son all in the face, look, man, he's not just going to stand there and take it. Everybody has the right to defend themselves against being attacked. And that's just that doesn't mean necessarily like punch her damn lights out, but grab her, shake her, push her, something. But women, y'all need to keep y'all damn hands to yourself.
100%.
I do not agree with y'all putting y'all hands on these dudes at all.
And it's not even no pick-me type of situation. It's, you know, if you don't want to be beat on, don't beat on somebody else, period.
Right.
It's just what it comes down to.
Keep your hands to yourself.
Now, what are you telling your son? Are you telling your son basically if a woman shows any kind of aggression to just back by leave her alone? Because you know at their age, their younger age, they're confusing he likes me or she likes me for for girls because my daughter's around the same age.
Initially try to diffuse the situation. Try to move away from the situation. If a girl's coming at you, remove yourself from the situation. But if you can. But yeah, these videos that I be seeing of these girls just beating the crap out of these boys, that is not. And they know, they're like, oh, I'm a girl, so he ain't gonna hit me back, so I can do whatever I want.
I'll never forget when we were younger, and my brother, Midas, for y'all don't know, shout out, let's say little plugs and shit. He's famous. No, I'm like, no, he's not. But no, when we were little, there was a girl who had a crush on him. But there was a couple girls always had a crush on him, like. Whatever. But anyways, she used to follow us home all the time, and she'd always push him and, do stuff like trying to get his attention, that kind of BS. And he had expressed it to my grandmother, because he had 2 younger sisters. He was raised respectfully, keep your hands to yourself, this, that, the third. And so he's just like, okay, she keeps pushing me. What am I supposed to do? We were younger, so he wasn't sure if we were supposed to like beat her or what the case was supposed to be. And my grandma was like, what hell? Shit, hit her back. Like, if she keep hitting you, hit her back. And I remember one day this girl pushed him and he turned around and swung. I think he just swung just to see, what would happen. And he caught her in her mouth and knocked her tooth out. To this day is gold. So I know that woman learned the lesson of keep your hands
to yourself.
Just pushing somebody and stop being so damn aggressive. That's baby D.
You know what it reminds me of? When Jalen, my son, was about 3 or 4 years old. We had just moved back to Colorado, and he was at a park. And some little girl, she had to be about 2 or 3. She was younger. She was smaller, so definitely younger than him. And he went to go run up on the little, what's that thing that goes in a circle?
A merry-go-round?
Yeah, merry-go-round. And the girl kicked him in the...
It's private.
Yeah, out of nowhere. And it was like, what was that for? And then I had to go tell the little girl's mom, this is what little Karen did. Yeah, I said Karen. I called the little girl Karen. It's what Karen did. And she was like, oh my God. But I was like, man, you need to, because my son was in all the right to knock the teeth out, period. Because he's not a punching bag.
Right.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. I guess this is why I'm glad my kids are hella the same age. They're back to back. So they're going to be in school because of their birthdays being one in March and one, and they're starting school at the same time. They'll be same classes, same every. So I feel bad for the boy or girl who starts it with these two because oh my God, like they're such good friends and they're ready to beat the shit out of somebody as a team. So it's just like please don't give them any reason. So, but all that to say, he's gonna have his sister at all times for the girl problems, and she'll have her brother, luckily. But yeah, I don't know. Like he's definitely gonna be raised to, if your sister ain't around, if she's silly enough to swing on you like a man, hey, she better be able to take what's coming back.
Right.
So,
that's the plus side of having siblings, though. Like I think I was always protective of I'm 10, 12 years older than them, and they went to high school at a time where little boys think it's cool to just run up on anybody and act tough. And I'd have my grown ass up in the high. They can tell you many a times that I'd go up in the high school on a kid like, nah, ain't gonna happen. So
and stop encouraging this damn behavior. Exactly. I done had many a dude tell me, oh, well, she slashed my tires and did this and that, and then you stay with her. I had a coworker tell me a girl that went crazy on him. They were in the courtroom about a court case that they had going on, and they were texting each other in the courtroom. Like, stop encouraging this crazy ass behavior.
And I'm glad you said it, because right now, we're not gonna run out of time before we discuss this. So,
oh shit,
he made a wonderful video to talk about the very last part that she just talked about. These crazy ass women out here in these toxic relationships. Yes, you bitch. Talking to you, bitch. Okay, so these crazy people who are out here in these toxic relationships that are slashing tires and they're acting crazy, and they're crazy, fellas, get out of it, because your relationship is definitely toxic if it ends like this.
Rookie pressed that button, the trunk went and all of a sudden 415s didn't see no wires, and then I heard boom from the amplifiers. Get up.
Okay. All right. Okay. So I sat there and I watched this video when somebody sent it to me because it first came in my inbox, they're like, Ruck, look at this, hot off the presses. I'm like, what the fuck? And I saw it before he so cleverly added the best fucking soundtrack ever. Okay, so this shit's almost viral. It's like 9,000 views or something. I love it. So anywho, I'm looking at her and I'm seeing the mask, and the only thing I can say to myself is, dear God, don't let this be a black woman. I don't know. I asked myself, what color is this person? And if y'all wouldn't mind, if you guys wouldn't mind, black men, black ass niggas in the back, if y'all wouldn't mind showing the people who is responsible for the car bombing they just or the attempted face kebab.
The ladies without the eyebrows.
Right, face kebab. Face kebab cuss. Like I don't know what the fuck she was thinking, but yeah, the gasoline. Who pours gas and then watches it stick your whole face in the I have so many questions.
So the first problem I'm going to point out with this, and not that I have any experience with, damaged property, but just on general, why didn't you vent it out?
Oh, the hair, the fuse?
No, you hit the other window, and then it wouldn't have exploded on you. You
see my ignorant ass. You see, I didn't do it because I asked the dumbest question.
But what do I know? We're
gonna talk to JD about what do I know about car bombing. We'll come back about that.
It should have vented the other side of the window.
Oh man,
she would have got
She is. I'm so angry. I'm so angry about this. I'm so angry about this. Okay, we're gonna talk. Okay, so her. I want y'all to keep in mind that she did this shit to get out of the relationship. And it's not okay. You know what I mean? No. If you get shot, if you get stabbed, if you get your car blown out, your windows blown out. What is Tory Lanez?
Oh Lord.
Meg Thee Stallion, didn't they just get there's some toxic shit for whatever's going on either behind closed doors? She's the Della Reese of the rap world. What the fuck?
Shot in her pinky toe.
I mean, and as an avid Della Reese fan, the last thing you need to tell me is that somebody got into an argument that led to them getting shot in the foot. I have watched Harlem Nights entirely too many times to take that shit seriously.
I believe that her last words were, "And you can kiss my black ass."
Oh my God, she said, "In the pinky toe, well, there it is." He said, "I'll blow that." Never. I'm not going to sit here and quote Harlem Nights. I just know that he hit her with a trash can lid, and maybe she hit him with a trash can, or he hit her with a trash can.
I believe that she hit him with a trash can.
Nah, he hit her.
No, he hit her.
That's my favorite movie. He
hit her with a trash can.
Oh, we're talking about Della Reese.
Yeah, I'm still laughing at all that. I don't know what happened with Tory Lanez. Like I heard that she attacked him first, and that was his.
I mean, he is like a little Smurf, and she is kind of large. But I mean, come on now.
So it's comparing what a horse to a.
Yeah, I mean, he's like 5'3" or something.
She's like 6 foot.
Yeah.
So is she the abusive one, or he was the abusive one? Who's more abusive? We're talking about toxic people and the mean things they do.
Tory.
I don't know.
Tory, because he shot her.
Yeah, well, 5 foot men, we just got to go ahead and take this L.
He could have took her legs out. He could have just ran with her and just clipped her with the arms. He didn't have to. You're already at the knee level. You're already at the knee level. I mean, how
just
hard
take
is
her
it
out by
to
the knees?
Yeah.
Just take her out.
I mean, because that's how you take out wildlife. They slash their ass right in the legs, right in the legs, right behind the calf muscles. That's how you take out big shit in the wildlife. That nigga, he was fucking up anyways. Like,
now, if she was wailing on that man, then,
how you get to
little
the feet?
Man, chop her in the throat and run. But don't shoot her in the damn feet.
In the feet, though. You could have shot me in the body in my Bushwick Bill voice. That shit. Fuck, man. How do you pick a good spot to shoot your girl? If that, I mean, like I said,
below the waist.
I'm laughing shit I'm not supposed to laugh at. Y'all gonna inbox me, y'all gonna be mad. But like I said, fellas, if you get to the point where you know your girl is whooping your ass.
Twofold. It was actually a twofold thing. Now, it literally just came to my mind. It was twofold.
What was twofold?
So, one, he shot her in the foot so it wouldn't be attempted murder, like Nay said. But the second one was because she's a twerking queen. She can't twerk right now.
Oh, he said, "I'm gonna take your livelihood." You know shot that bitch in the quads.
We shouldn't even be laughing about this because this was a serious.
It's real.
It was serious. Everything we talked about tonight is serious as shit, and I'm laughing at everything we've talked about, from a white couple arguing about wanting to shoot each other to fucking Will and Jada's entanglement. She entangled around an awesome vine. I say it's an awesome vine, ma'am. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? The shit's fucking funny. The shit is funny. Toxic relationships are things to learn, and they're fucking funny. Like, one thing I didn't say tonight was what I thought toxic was. I wanted to make sure I heard from everybody else and kind of take it all in. And I think toxic is when you come out of it not having learned anything. Is when that shit's actually toxic. So, I mean, even if it was heartbreak, it could have been the most fucked up shit you could have possibly experienced. But if you learn something, I can't really say it's as toxic as it should have been. So that's kind of my take on it. So But yeah, so somebody cheated, that's really not toxic. What'd you learn from somebody cheating? How do you live in life? Now, that shit made you to where you no longer want to be in relationships for the rest of your life because this person done cheated and they've scarred you for life. Yeah, that shit was toxic. But if you just learn motherfuckers cheat and you going about your life, then that's probably not as toxic as you thought it was going to be.
And you don't blow up a car.
No.
That bitch blew up herself.
Yeah.
The fucking bitch kebab. She's a bitch kebab.
If that other car wasn't there, she'd have blown away much further.
Yeah, it's just property damage, man. Don't do it. You trying to hurt the other person,
And what's sad is,
and now you got criminal charges, boo. It's not gonna help.
And nobody was a wiser because she looked like a normal ass COVID person. Everybody walking around with their faces and masks on and their glasses and everything is normal, so nobody thinks anything.
Nobody
was
was anything. It wasn't until they heard that and I was like, what is this? I went out there with the phone, looking out the window on the phone, like, let me see, this she's stupid.
That shit's classic.
That shit is
classic.
That shit is gonna come back on you. You gonna have criminal charges against you. You're gonna have to pay damages. It's just dumb.
Never get insurance
just walk
again.
away, man. Just walk away.
And I just want to say real quick, because when I made the video and put it out there and it got so many views, I had a couple people who were like, how can you make fun of that knowing what happened to her? She could have died. Let me look at the camera directly and say, she shouldn't have had her ass out there setting a car on fire.
Right.
And she wouldn't have been, she wouldn't have had no risk of dying from getting her face blown off.
Hashtag bitch kebab. So we're like, oh my God. So we're coming up to the end of the first episode of season 2 of But What Do I Know podcast. And it's my honor and whatnot to thank you guys for tuning in and joining us. And I want to thank you, Nate Piper, for coming with us and
having
discussing relationships.
Thank you.
And as always, my wonderful co-host,
Jamie Nichole.
Hey, and my other co-host,
Trey Smith.
Yes. Come back next week, guys. We have an all-male panel that's going to be here. We'll be joined by Reality, C. Mays, Jermaine Jude, and Trey Smith here is going to join said panel. And Jamie and I get to grill these fellas and find out what's really on these men's minds. So make sure you come back next week for But What Do I Know podcast every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. live on the AHRR network. Thanks for tuning in, y'all. Peace.
It's your boy, Mr. DJ, again on the show that you love to call. I love to call in 4 minutes, yes. I'm talking about what's up, y'all. It's another one, yes. I got my guy in the building today, y'all. Tally 4 minutes. 2,400 on that motherfucker. My mom got 200 bitches. Look, we in this thing, y'all. Hey, we finna get it. Hey, this is the show, you know what I'm talking about? Well, I'm gonna ask a question. And all my guests gotta do is answer it. It's just that damn simple, y'all. I can do it, he can do it, and you can do it at home too. Goddamn it. So we finna do it today. Y'all ready? Let's go. Ready? All right, man, let's get it. Man, look, I got a question for you. All right, I got an answer. Check it out. Say for instance, you live in the American dream, right? You got the white picket fence, you got the house, you got the cars.
Who's dreaming like this?
You dreaming.
I got a dream like this. This gonna be hard for me to do.
Dream. This is yours.
All right, let's get it.
So you got
I got a white picket fence. I got a white.
You can make it black. It don't matter. Black picket fence.
Black picket fence.
Okay.
With a white.
That's what you want. You got the white wife. Okay. You got the wife. Okay. You got you a 5-year-old daughter. Y'all chilling at the crib. It's a beautiful day. Y'all feeling each other, vibing. Your wife hit you with a, hey, hon, guess what? I'm pregnant. You say, oh, hooray, shit, what is it? It's a boy. Oh, and you've been wanting a boy for a long time, right?
Right.
So now, you know what I'm saying? She say, let's celebrate. I'm kind of hungry. Can you give me some ice cream? You say, oh, no problem, darling. I'll shoot to the store because it's only walking distance. So you walk to the store, you know what I'm saying? You check all the doors, you know what I'm saying? Make sure everything's good with the house. You lock everything up before you leave.
Okay.
You know how the house is. It's always active. You little girl, she running around like a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? It's always an active house. You know this. Right. Okay, all right. So you leave out the garage, it closes, you walk to the store. After you get your stuff, you in and out. You know, in and out. Shit. In and out. Finna get back to the crib. Finna goddamn Netflix kick his wife finna cook good. Shit, it's finna go down tonight. Okay. You start walking back to the crib, and you look at the crib, all the lights are off. Your garage door is open. And in the window, you see a big ass figure, look like a big linebacker with a mask on. Okay. As you walk up to the house, a little bit more, the front door open, and it's another big ass linebacker with a mask on, standing at the door, just waiting for you to come in. What do you do next?
Waiting on me to come in?
What do you do next?
What do I do next? Now first, I'ma stand there and I'ma size this big motherfucker up.
Okay.
So I gotta, get my fight plan going on. And then I know it's another motherfucker upstairs, so I don't know how many people is in there, so I gotta conserve a lot of my energy. Cause I only got what I go get?
You want to go get some ice cream.
Ice cream. This is the deadliest ice cream in the motherfucking world. You feel me?
Deadly.
Deadly. So, I'ma just say, give or take, depending on my energy, I'ma give it about probably a minute to do.
Okay.
So, I don't have to be, wore out. Give or take, there's 3 or 4 motherfuckers in the house. It's gonna take a lot to take my wife and my 5-year-old daughter down, and that bitch pregnant too. Shit. And then, I'ma whistle for my dog, cause this is my American dream. So I got this big ass pit bull.
Got this big ass pit bull. Shouldn't that motherfucker been barking? But it's quiet. The house is completely dark.
But it's an American dream, so everybody gotta have a dog in the American dream, quote unquote.
True.
If I got my black picket fence. So I got this black nigga dog too. Big nigga dog.
Big nigga dog. Eating chicken sandwiches too.
So,
from that house.
So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have this one-on-one with this dog. Like, cuz, look, you ain't gonna eat no more, you ain't gonna have nowhere to live. They gonna throw your ass in the pound. They gonna have you living out there with the white folk. So I tell this to the dog, so he know we gotta get in there and get this family out.
So rewind a little bit. So you went in the house to go get the dog to have the conversation?
Nah, whistle for the dog. I'm still outside waiting to go in here and bust this nigga in the head with this ice cream I got.
Okay, my bad. You still outside?
Yeah,
Whistle
I'm
to
getting
the
my
dog.
shit together with the dog.
With the dog, with the ice cream.
Cause he gotta eat. And if he ain't got no parents, nigga, he can't eat. You know what I'm saying? Plus his little sister in there, and his mama pregnant with another little boy. So,
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna talk it over with this dog. Be like, look, Jeremiah, you vicious, cuz. You gotta go in here and attack these motherfuckers. I'm gonna bust the first nigga in the head with this ice cream. I'm gonna shoot past him. I'm gonna do a tuck and roll. Get my 9 that I got right up under the mantle where I keep your mama's change and shit when I come home. Nigga. And I'm gonna air 2 out on this motherfucker. Boom, boom.
Boom, boom.
So now, quite sure the nigga upstairs hit a ruckus. So I gotta make my way up these steps and figure out where the fuck is my bitch and daughter. So, go up there, call Jeremiah. Jeremiah gonna bite this nigga up. Then we gonna get the information out of him. I'm gonna knock that stupid ass linebacker mask off his face, nigga. And the man, where the fuck I find my family? Because I done walked all the way to this motherfucking store, spent the last of my bread on this punk ass ice cream. She got me super enthused about her being pregnant again, but I'm really trying to hide this shit, so I'm even twice as mad, so these niggas ain't gonna have a chance in hell of fucking me up.
None.
Nigga, gotta deal with this angry bitch and she pregnant. This will give me an excuse.
Okay.
Shit.
All right. Well, let me see. All right, so. I'm trying to analyze this. So your first offense is to use the ice cream and the dog to get inside the house, to get past this motherfucker that you don't know if they have.
Huh? You know how hard this ice cream is, nigga?
Okay, all right. And which way did you go through?
I went through the front.
Front, oh shit, he went through the front door. And that's time, I think, y'all, I don't know what the hell, but that's it right there. In 4 minutes, I'm talking about, he say,
ice cream hard than a motherfucker.
Hard than a motherfucker, y'all. Check it out.
It come from an African corner store, and they don't even have ice cream.
They probably
that shit be sitting in there forever.
I ain't been in no African store, so it's probably true.
You gonna look at that ice cream thing, there's gonna be a big ass brick of ice in that motherfucker. It's only 2 popsicles in that big ass chunk of ice. But it's cool though. I'm gonna knock a nigga upside his head and go get my pregnant bitch and my daughter.
And that's what you call in 4 minutes. He gonna use that ice cream as his first defense, y'all, okay?
Use my dog.
Yeah, and then gonna call the dog, whistle for, come on outside, have a conversation with it first, you know what I'm saying? While they upstairs, inside, upstairs and downstairs doing whatever, who knows how many people's inside, and then he gonna go inside, discombobulate the first guy, somehow get upstairs.
Nigga, you forgot my cup, bro. Nigga, grab my pistol from up under the mantle.
And that's in 4 minutes. I'm talking about, this is DG. We out of here. I'm talking about, we on, y'all.
Now that was a serious one, Jack. Now we want to know, what would you have done in these type of situations? As a matter of fact, please leave your comments down below. Subscribe, like, and don't forget, most importantly, we want to thank you for joining us here on the AHRR Network. As a matter of fact, you have what it takes to survive in 4 minutes. Let's see what you got. Until then, join us the same time, same channel, same network. AHRR.